We tripled pipeline for a B2B SaaS client to £77,000 MRR in the last quarter using our SEO playbook. And today I'm going to walk you through how we did it. Stick around towards the end and I'll even discuss how we secured features in the likes of Fortune, Forbes, and even a competitor of all places. Yet, sorry, is this type of growth a one-off for SEO? No. We've done it time and time again for B2B clients all over the globe. So much so that last year we were acquired by Expandy, Europe's largest MarTech and AdTech provider, meaning we can now roll this playbook and others out across non-speaking countries in EMEA, APAC, and LATAM. Now, before I get into it, you'll notice I won't show you a fancy traffic graphs from Ahrefs or start talking about things like engagement rate. In the right context, these data points are good indicators of success, but they won't pay the bills. And right now, we need to focus on the stuff that pays the bills. With this client, we started with Google Ads. If you connect Google Ads with your CRM correctly, then you can use it to see which keywords drive pipeline and then revenue, not just conversions. This is one of the first things we do when we kick off a new engagement. Now, the cost per click on the primary terms for this client peaked at an eye-watering £100 a click, and this soon expedited the need to target the same keywords using SEO. Cost per click is usually a good metric to assess the commercial intent and the competitiveness of the keywords. Now, generally speaking, the higher the cost per click on the keyword, the greater the intent of the user searching to buy, but subsequently, the higher the competition. Now, we could see that this keyword and close variations had contributed to pipeline. So we have the data to show that targeting it using SEO would be profitable. The next thing we did was review and analyze the first page of organic results to understand the content that Google is ranking for that keyword. We extracted a number of data points from the pages that rank top, including priority keywords, frequency of phrases, content structure, expert opinions, author and experience references, and keywords in strategic parts of the page. We then added all this data into our on-page SOP and optimized the page to ensure that we are creating the content that Google is looking to rank. Now, there's 3 tips to bear in mind with your content. Firstly, include information gaps from your subject matter experts. An information gap is information that doesn't exist on the SERP, but has value to the searcher based on the keyword. Aim to bring something new to the table. Don't just imitate what's there already. There's little incentive for Google to show the same content that is already ranking, and even less of an incentive for the user to stick around on information that they may have already seen. Secondly, as various click signals are a ranking factor, it's important to ensure that the messaging and page structure is built to keep the searcher on the page and increase the likelihood that they would take a desired action, such as requesting a demo. Thirdly, we're huge advocates of going inch wide and mile deep with content, covering a single keyword in as much depth as necessary, negating the need for the user to click back to the search results and seek out additional information on a competitor's page. Now, once the page is optimized, you need to ensure that your website architecture is sound. There's many components that go into this, but the most important one for the client was to ensure that 1, the target page was in the main navigation and linked to from the home page, and 2, the page had as many contextual internal links pointing back to it as reasonably possible. An internal link is a link from one of your pages to another on the same website. Google renders the page content, the linking text of the internal link, as well as the content before and after it, to better understand the context and the priority of that page in the website architecture. Strategically placing these at significant scale increased Google's own understanding of that page, as well as the page importance in the context of the entire website. As the Google landscape continues to change and competitiveness increases, Google themselves have only increased the importance of third-party signals and, in particular, backlinks and brand references to establish trustworthiness of a domain. A backlink is quite simply a link from a third-party website back to yours. Google uses these as a vote of confidence and a vouch that your site is a trusted business. Now, of course, a backlink from the BBC, for example, will be worth more than a backlink from benswebsite.com. There's many signals that go into scoring the quality of a link. Unfortunately, there's not enough battery left in the camera for me to run through them all, so I'll leave you with this one principle. Broadly speaking, the sites that are harder to get on, that you'd be proud to be featured on, are the ones that will likely contribute most to ranking. Huge shock. So how did we manage to get backlinks and coverage in the likes of Fortune, Forbes, and even a competitor, among others, for this client? A combination of running surveys, collecting new data and turning this into press releases with clickable headlines, providing expert opinions and commentary, responding to journalist requests, and even identifying brand mentions and pitching for a link to be added. Now, I'll be honest, I could sit here for hours running through some of the link acquisition strategies that we've built over the years. If you're interested, just drop me a DM on LinkedIn. I'll happily run through a few of them. Thankfully, over the years, we've built a pretty good relationship with contacts that hold the keys at a number of authoritative publications, which make securing this coverage easier than it was on the first day. Okay, so if you've made it this far in, nice work. The last part to this is doing all of those things all of the time. A key competitor of this client is Sage, spending upwards of 6 figures a month to operate in the same space. We actually know this as we hired a guy that worked on the account. Our client doesn't have that luxury, so we have to continuously do the above consistently to continue getting results. So let's summarize what those things are. Using Google Ads and CRM data to see which new keywords have driven pipeline, monitoring the Google SERP, optimizing the on-page and website architecture, and keeping campaigns fresh and consistently finding new ways and new publications to build links on. We have a handful of SEO slots open for B2B SaaS companies in 2025. So if you're keen to work with us or get a little more information, then fill in the contact form below.